Hi, Liam here from Zafraan. We're in beautiful Budapest and we're joined today by Hungarian composer Adam Bajnók, whose piece Picnic we premiered yesterday at the Transparent Sound New Music Festival. Thank you for joining us, Adam.
Yeah, thank you.
My first question is something I've always wanted to ask composers, and that is, where do you start when you're writing a new piece?
Well, I think it's different every time. Sometimes I start from an inspiration that has nothing to do with music, and sometimes I start from a sound idea.
Is it helpful for you to have some boundaries at the beginning? For example, we want you to write a piece for clarinet and piano. Does that give you some sort of framework, or is it easier just to have completely free choice?
It helps. It helps a lot. I mean, it also depends what the limitations are, but you have to make limitations for yourself anyway. And some of the more successful in compositional terms pieces of mine ended up coming from instrumentations that I didn't choose at all. I just had to think about what I can do with this.
Yeah. And for, say you're writing a piece that takes 5 minutes, how long would you expect to work on that piece?
Several weeks.
Yeah.
You have different phases of work. Some of it is invisible in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You just think about a piece, but you maybe just hanging out in bars or walking in a park. And then the actual writing is the tiresome part most of the time. But I love it to take time to have work that get forward a little bit every day and have this and being able to sleep over it. That's what I really love, to have the subconscious processing from day to day.
And obviously as a composer you're very good at imagining sounds and how things go together, but is it still a little bit scary to hear the piece for the first time?
It's terrifying most of the time. I'm to this day, with every single piece of mine, I have no idea how it is actually going to sound like and whether it will actually work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the most exciting moment as well. You know, it's like your baby is born, so
Yeah.
it really does feel like that.
Yeah. Do you prefer to write for bigger ensembles, or is it easier to keep it quite small?
Yeah, I guess the nice level or nice size is when you can still have a certain personal contact with each musician, and if like, I'm very happy if I get the chance to be there at rehearsals and if they ask me to, I can make a remark about this or that sound, but you know, in an orchestra that's not possible.
Yeah. What is for you the best part about being a composer?
Well, I would say 3, and one is actually the one that I mentioned. When you hear your piece for the first time, like, that is at the end of the day very, very exciting and thrilling if it works and you're relieved that it then I at that point start to actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I guess the other is also what I said, when you're just thinking, fantasizing about pieces. Yeah, and the third one is when you actually get, for me, when I can just close out everything else and, you know, have my phone in a different room and be able to just completely focus for at least an hour only on And I write by hand. I'm more of the monk type when writing. I love to take time to work on every detail, and when I have the feeling that I have time for everything, it's a nice peaceful state, and I like that.
Yeah. And then the other side of the question, of course, what's the worst part about being a composer for you?
Well, I mean, some of it is just dry paperwork, like writing parts, the graphical editing, especially for like an orchestra where you write nearly 40 parts separately, and it takes days. Well, I mean, like any other work is creative compared to that. It's just incredibly dry and tiresome.
Yeah. We do this thing with Zafraan interviews. We always have a little challenge.
Okay.
Metronome challenge. So the idea is you have to tap in a tempo on the metronome here and try and get as close as you can to 135 beats per minute.
Okay.
And I'll stop you after about 5 seconds and we'll see how close you are. And for every beat that you're off, of course, you get a Zafraan sticker that you have to put somewhere in Budapest. Stick somewhere in Budapest.
Good.
So you tap that button there when you're ready.
Okay, how much time do I get to think?
Take your time. What did you get?
137.
Oh, 137. Not bad. You're in first place and you get 2 stickers.
One white and one black.
One white and one black.
Okay.
Great, very good. That's going to be hard to beat for the next people.
Great.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Liam.
And thank you for your wonderful piece. I hope we can play it again soon. Thank you, and see you again next time. Bye.